Hey BBs, it's Y. Welcome back. Today we got a very wicked video and just got to celebrate the last day of It's May with an unboxing and some delicious wicked tea. So let's get into it. So today we're going to be diving back into the Wicked sphere with some doll-related content and some IRL Wicked tea picked from the wild, more specifically at Coachella, and some other Oz-related news that I'll finally be getting into. But first, a quick side note. As of this day, March 31st, 2025, there is still an ongoing boycott against major corporations for either cutting completely or reducing their diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI policies or programs. And even though there aren't any current boycotts against Coachella, it's still considered as a luxury entity that supports consumerism. So if you have to read me, drag me, surprise me, and even though there is no ethical consumption in America, we still can control when and where we consume. So with that in mind, let's get back to it. So if you haven't seen my previous Wicked tea video or my unboxing doll Wicked haul or any of my previous Wicked doll related videos, I kind of highly suggest watching them just to kind of get yourself caught up in the drama. But if you're a Wicked girly that's had their ear to the air or been watching my social media stories, then you know the tea. And it's kind of been keeping me alive these past few months. I've been living. But anyways, it's going to be a delicious sipping experience, hopefully. So here's none other than Fiyero. Fiyero. That's a part 2 moment for y'all, if you didn't know. And tragically beautiful Nessa Rose. They both look so cute. Finally getting into these baddies. These are duplicates that I have, so they do have a sticker on the back side indicating that they aren't from the first doll drops back in 2024, so just keep that in mind. But to get into what y'all are here for, here is Lil Sis, Nessa Rose. Nessa? Listen, Nessa? Nessa? Listen, Nessa? She looks just like Marissa Bode, kinda. But she looks good. Wearing her Oz's ballroom gown. Yeah. And in her beautiful and large wheelchair. Yes. Even though I like Marissa, I don't really like Nessa. Or at least I don't like movie musical Nessa. Book Nessa is so much more developed and on her own, in my opinion, IDK. She definitely wouldn't have, been a fake with that, I can't watch comment. What the heck? Oh my god. But anyway, she's still amazing with her fully articulated body and her fully articulated chair. OMG. She should be a deluxe doll just because of her chair alone. But I did get her on sale for $12 at Walmart. I know. But I do try my best to only buy if they're on sale, if I must. Plus, I'm def not opening the OG girlies from my first Wicked haul from pre-boycott era. Like, girl, be so for real. Speaking of the book, there is a huge difference between Nessa the musical and Nessa the book. As of currently, in every adaptation of Wicked the Musical, Nessa Rose is wheelchair bound, whereas in the novel, Nessa has no wheelchair and no arms. Like, no limbs at all. That's like the major difference, is like she has no arms. But both derive from her mom, Melina, in her efforts to prevent her from being born with green skin. So, there's that. But to me, her backstory is a little bit more complicated and beautiful in the book, whereas the musical just kind of like dilutes her story and just turns her into more of like a romance plot point. Ugh. But she totally has some funny moments in the book, and her pipeline to a wicked witch makes a little bit more sense, like being a misunderstood, overly religious, kind of like self-appointed leader that performs magic. Queen. Yes, queen. But she does terrorize the munchkins, so IDK. But since y'all are here anyway, I'm going to give y'all more backstory from Gregory Maguire's amazing novel in like a short summary. So she's like a child from an affair, so spoiler alert, Frex isn't her dad. Shocker, I know, but there's more tea. There is this quadling man with red skin named Turtle Heart. So while Frex was doing his religious preachings and he was away, Turtle Heart came by and Melina slept with him. Well, that's just to explain how sex crazy she is, but that's okay because, like, girl work. Insane. But then Frex returned and he, like, kind of already knew what she did and he was kind of okay with it. Because he had started to get it on with Turtle Heart too. Oh my gosh. And this is where Turtle Heart becomes my crush, because he is clapping both of their munchkin booty cheeks. Oh my god. Like, woo. Like this tall ass indigenous man with long hair and a thick accent, or at least that's the way he's described. And to me, that is just like, oh my gosh. So I understand, and I'd start climbing that tree too. But anyways, so yeah, that's why Book Nessa is born with like pink skin, because Turtle Heart is her daddy, and she got his melanin, which to me is like way cute. And because like Alphaba was born with green skin, and Nessa was born with pink skin. But the musical movie erased that from us. Plus, like, total erasure from the sex positivity between Frex and Melina's open relationship. And, like, their third co-parent, Turtle Heart, like, where's their complexities? Anyways, in the movie, they're, like, making Frex this, like, white man villain, and IDK, if I stand that. Anyways. But that's that on Book Nessa. But movie Wicked has actually done some pretty cool things too, like casting an actual wheelchair user for the role of Nessa Rose, which further rippled into the stage world. Jenna Bainbridge was cast as Nessa in 2025's version, who is an actual wheelchair user. And also, Lencia Cabeda was the first black actor to have ever been cast as Elphaba, also in 2025. Besides the previous understudies in previous years, she was the first initial cast. So Wicked stage version is having a lot of firsts for the first time in over 20 years. Crazy, right? But that's just the Nessa doll. And here is Fiyero Tigular, or Jonathain Bailey doll. There has been some drama circulating him, but back in November of last year, 2024, he had experienced about a 2-week shelf life before the fantasy was cut short. And the entire Wicked doll line was recalled. Girl, the worst misprint in doll history had happened. The backs of every doll had the URL to a corn website. And they had disappeared from shelves for at least 3 whole months. So one day I checked Twitter, yes, Twitter, and saw that they were finally back, and I had to, sorry y'all. Fortunately, for me at least, I did get him on February 1st, 2025, the first day he was put back on the shelves, which also coincided with it being the first day of the Target boycotts. I know. But to be fair, doll news circulates faster than actual world-changing politics news on my social media. I know it's not an excuse, but... So, you already know that I saw the Fiyero drop way before. Plus, Google says the boycott started in March, but to me, it had started in February because we had avoided it for the rest of the month, like way before line had started. I know. But I am happy to get into him because he is super cute and super gorgeous. It literally looks just like him in a mini version. Like, who can resist him even in doll form? Plus, it's another doll from the Bridgerton lineup. So shout out to Simone Ashley and her beautiful doll from the Little Mermaid lineup. Also in my collection. Just getting it out there, that movie Fiyero is way different from book Fiyero. Plus, his storyline was heavily altered for the musical. But just so you know, book him has brown skin, long amazing hair, blue diamond-shaped tattoos on his body. Plus, his relationship with Glinda is a large plot device created for the musical. But that's what is. I made my peace with it. There is, like, the smallest mention of them two being an item in the book, but, you know, Glinda quickly dismisses the idea because she has, like, some slight prejudices against him, you know, from being from the Vinkas. Plus, if you didn't know, the term Winky in the book universe is actually a really bad slur used against the Vinkas people. So, yeah. But also know that Book Him has a wife that he secretly cheats on with Elphaba while she lives in the Emerald City before he gets, you know, spoiler alert, unalived. But that's that on that. But that's just some novelty. So thank you, Gregory Maguire, for the amazing novel that is Wicked and for understanding the complexities of imperial colonization and writing the most amazing book about it, especially during my birth year, 95. So this book is 30 years old this year. Happy birthday. Yes. And props to Gregory. Flowers, BB. Thank you. Mwah. In my honest opinion, Wicked is honestly like a real reflection of what's happening in the world right now. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest reading it. It kind of takes some time. Maybe you need to like read it a few times or even just like listen to the audiobook. It honestly helped me on my second, you know, development and conception of the book. So yeah, it just really talks about what I think is happening in the world right now, with like war and like colonization and just like small things like, I guess, sexuality, besides the whole bestiality part. Shame. Not on me, but yeah, it's just a really good book. So if you want to read it, I suggest it. For other Oz-related news, The Wizard of Oz is coming to Las Vegas, specifically the Sphere. So can't wait for that. Hopefully they'll have movie costumes on display, or at least a replica of the ruby slippers behind like some glass or something. I can't wait for their merch. I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. So I'm excited for that. But recently, this teaser had dropped. on all of Wicked's social medias. But recently, this teaser had dropped on all of Wicked Movie's social medias, which means we've passed the 6-month mark. Yes, meaning there's only 6 more months till Wicked for good. Unless, there's like another delay. Crossing my fingers. I mean, I guess recently there has been talk of a possible delay only because of some last minute filming and reshooting happening. And I guess this is total speculation, but there's like new scenes being added into the movie just for like continuity and just like for the movie to make sense, is like what I heard. But I hope it has to do with the confrontation of horrible Morrible and her involvement in conspiring with the wizard and her animal napping Dr. Dillamon, because remember, it was her that wrote on the blackboard before his lecture. But that's only because a similar scene happens in the book. So, another spoiler alert, but in book universe, Elphaba kills Morrible as an act of revenge for everything she has done, but is also kind of like a second too late because Morrible had either like died or like went catatonic right before Elphie arrived to get her revenge, because in book, Morrible has like killed a few likable characters, i.e. Dr. Dillamon, i.e. she slit his throat, and Amma Clutch, Glinda's Amma, by Grammatic. Yeah. But honestly, it could be anything. Like a flashback or something completely new just for the movie. But it does make me kind of nervous because I feel like there's something always off with like reshoots. Like you can see it. But hopefully the fantasy isn't shattered. But in just a few days, the trailer for Wicked 2 will be released. Oh my god. I doubt we'll see anything from the filming / reshoots that are happening. But I do think the trailer we'll see is the trailer from this year's CinemaCon. Oh my gosh. I mean, we still didn't get the CinemaCon trailer from last time, but I'm sure we'll at least get like a cut of that version or something. But some tea. I didn't go to the actual con, unfortunately, and I didn't see the Yellow Brick Road that was outside, or Cynthia or Ariana, but that's okay because I did go and see the amazing poster that they put on the elevator doors at the Caesar's Palace. Oh. Plus, I also got my ticket for the theater trailer drop that's going to happen on June 4th alongside the screening of Wicked Part 1. So yes, gonna see it soon. I'm only going for the trailer and to be amongst other Wicked fans and fellow Ozians because I've seen Wicked so many times since its release. Like, I'm kind of not over it, but I've seen it enough. But other than that, we got a dish. Coachella 2025. Or for those in the know, Cinchella. Like day 2, there's this guest performance from LA Phil or the Los Angeles Philharmonics with guest star Natasha Bedingfield to sing her amazing song, Unwritten. Feel the rain on your skin. Right. So we're planning on going because that's me and Bay's jam, like our clam jam. But the morning of, we got the biggest surprise when it was revealed that Cynthia was going to make a guest appearance. Oh my god. So that got us even more excited because, like, hello, Wicked. And because at this moment, Coachella is just for the little monsters and for the brats and for the misdemeanors and the ponies. But now, mid-Chella experience, it was for the green girl stans. Like, it was such a what the fuck moment for us. Like, to be there experiencing Oz history alongside my Mother Monster history alongside my brat wedding moment history. Like, all the stars aligned that weekend. So surreal and meant to be, at least for me. But who knew that this would have meant drama? So, cue the cello tapes.
The first Barbie arrived.
I was literally in front of you.
I hope they sanctify gravity. This is the Los Angeles Philharmonics.
You don't know
don't belong here. I'm keeping you locked outside. I consecrated the ground here, and I made this my holy land. This is the battle here. So brick by brick, building my walls, putting my guards, making them tall, keeping the light out, shades on the windows, no looking inside. Feels like I'm safe here. This is what I. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you everyone. Happy Coachella, everyone!
Starting. Doing house lucky like Cynthia. They just picked a side. They pick sides.
Update. The battle of Charlie and Cynthia continues. Charlie, Brock, Cynthia, LA Philharmonics. Wow.
It's a prehistoric
And
battle.
look, pink goes good with green. Like, oh my god. My mind is mining. Anyways, we're on our way to Charlie because she didn't sing Defying Gravity.
What's she rank? She sang Purple Rain.
But she sang Purple Rain, so that was honestly kind of a win, and I don't mind it. Anyways. Coachella.
Wedding album.
Oh my god, I just realized it's Battle of the Brits.
Oh my god.
Battle of the Brits. Ah!
Battle of the Races.
Race.
This one's mine, one's mine. She's still opening with this.
Wow, alright.
Young girl from Essex, people say we're alike. They say we've got the same air. It's you and me on the coin. The industry loves to spend. Put this to bed. Alright, hands up. Crazy, I'm gonna know how you feel. Cause I'll drive you to
You're great.
I am.
Something is.
Yeah, so kind of crazy how Bo and Yang was there. I wonder if he like sprinted from Cynthia's set all the way to Charlie's set, or it would be even shadier if he totally even skipped Cynthia's set and was just waiting at Charlie's all night. But anyways, there's probably more tea there. So yeah, that's that drama. But if you didn't know, also, bonus tea, Gaga was also eyed to play our fave green girl, Elphaba. And honestly, she would have killed it, too, alongside. But that's just my bias, so I just know that them vocals would have been vocaling. And, that's just a peek at, my life or the common threads of my life. So yeah, she's always involved. Wicked's always involved. I don't know. Everything's kind of like wrapped up into one. IDK. But anyways, that is that on that. I love these Wicked dolls. They're so cute. And I love sharing my tea with y'all. So thanks for sticking around and listening to me rant. It was quite an experience. And thanks for the love and support. So, see you later and hope you're having a good whatever. Bye.